Hello, I'm Jeff Eccles from CommVault. I'm the Senior Director of Product Marketing and really appreciate being here and your time today. I'm going to walk through CommVault Simpana and specifically CommVault Simpana 10 along with our team that's here today. So for those of you that are not familiar with CommVault, I'd like to just give you a quick background on who we are and what we do. CommVault is an enterprise software data and information management company. We only sell software and services. Don't have any hardware in our business today. We just reported fiscal year-end earnings last month, which came in just under $500 million for the year. Right now, as far as growth rate goes, we were 25% CAGR through the end of last fiscal year, which makes us the fastest storage software revenue growth company in the market today. We've got just over 18,000 customers worldwide. All of our growth, by the way, comes completely organically. We've got 0 acquisitions in our company's history. And today we're trading roughly about $3.5 billion market cap. CommVault prides itself in innovating, staying ahead of the competition in terms of the way we are trying to solve problems for our customers that are related to data protection, data management, and information management. We continue to gain some notoriety from that perspective from third parties in the market. Roadmap-wise, again, starting off from a backup and recovery company in the 90s. What we've done over that last, call it 15 years, is really integrate new product modules into the platform. Obviously starting with backup and then moving into things like storage resource management, archiving, snapshot management, replication. What we did was really integrate those products together and have them all share that same common back-end code base. And where we are today and where we're trying to take the product and the strategy going forward is really around managing those data assets that we have under management. And that's where I'll be talking just mainly for a few minutes here just on the vision piece. From a strategy piece, what makes us different from everybody else, again, is no acquisitions. We've chosen to build instead of buy to enter new markets along the way over the last 15 years or so, call it, which really kind of takes us into competing against kind of your bigger systems folks, your bigger software folks that have chosen to enter those markets by acquisition. So when it comes down to strategically what we're trying to do with the company, again, it's all about kind of developing the product into those new markets. The difference, again, now what that gives us, having that common technology engine, common platform that we use today, is that we've got one repository where all of the data copies are held, whether it's a snapshot copy, a backup copy, an archive copy. When we touch that data, regardless of where it is, what application it is, once that data moves into our backend, which we call our content store, and you're going to hear a lot more about that as these guys come up and whiteboard and dive deep into this. Really taking that content store and exposing that for new use cases going forward is a lot of what we're doing on the information management side, call it big data side of things going forward. The index piece, and by index I mean once we move a copy of information, whether it's a backup or an archive copy into our content store, we collect some amount of metadata on that piece of data. We can go as far as actually going down to a content index level where it's a kind of a text level collection of index. When that data moves into the content store, that's opening up a lot of new ways for us to take that data and again expose that for a self-service access or sync or sharing for end users, e-discovery use cases, and things like that. Where we're trying to take this ultimately is really trying to help organizations differentiate themselves based on their data. If you think about the one application that touches everything in the environment, it's backup and archive. So being able to take that data that we already have retained and open that up for different access use cases, that's where we're trying to take this thing strategically. So we've got this information, we know what it is, where it is, we've got the index of this data. So strategically thinking along the lines of building an ecosystem that can actually come in and leverage that data, depending on what type it is. Obviously, we know where it is. So working with third-party analytics companies long-term is where we see this thing going as far as adding value to this information, not just protecting it, controlling it, but also doing something with it in this repository that we have. And Finally, last piece here, the latest step in us trying to deliver on this is Simpana 10, which we launched a couple of months back. Had a lot in this product, again, being that single platform that we are. Whenever we touch the entire release, it's hundreds of new features. We boiled them down into protect, manage, and access, and that's the path we'll go down here today in teeing up how we built in innovation into each one of these core areas.